Hey guys, welcome back. In today's topic, I'm going to discuss sort of just about my diet, why I choose it, reasons I think it's great, and reasons you might like it as well. I am a vegan, obviously by living vegan, you can tell that. I follow a higher carb diet. There's a couple different thoughts on that. Some people stick to more starches, some more plants and fruits. I do a combination of both. There's two great books if you want to do some research on it. There's a book called 80-10-10, and that's by Dr. Doug Graham. And there's another book, The Starch Solution, and that's by Dr. McDougall. Sorry, Dr. McDougall. Both of them sort of cover the same things. One's more plants, one does more starches. Myself, like I said, I combine the two. I do try and aim for 80-10-10, which is basically 80% of your calories coming from carbohydrates, 10% from fats, the other 10 is protein. A lot of people say, oh, carbs make you fat, it's too many carbs, it's too much sugar. Well, if you look back in history, that's not the case. Asian diets, African diets, Native American diets, they were all high in carbs. All these cultures were lean prior to the standard American diet infiltrating their countries, or them coming here and getting on our diet. Carbs, as I said in my carbohydrate video, if you haven't seen it, take a look at it. But it's very hard to store those as fat, especially if you're anywhere active at all. But even if you're not, it takes quite a bit more steps to store them as fat, especially versus fat and protein. As you know, protein can only be stored once it's used for its functions. The only way protein can be stored is fat, and fat, once it's all it can be stored as fat as well. So 80% of carbs. Pretty simple to do. All plants, vegetables are all high in carbs, especially fruits. Banana's a perfect example. Pretty much 80% carbs, maybe 90 even. Very little fat, very little protein. Like I said, the protein I like to keep on the lower side. Our bodies only need, there's different studies, World Health Organization says 3 to 6% at the top. So even if you're at 10% because you're worried about your protein, don't worry about it. 6% is plenty. 10, you're getting more than you need. You don't have to stick to that every day. Worry about 80%, 80%, 80% every day. One day you might be 60. One day you might be 90. It's going to balance out. As long as you look at it over a week or two period, you can sort of see the average, and that's what I aim for. Like I say, I do a lot of fruit, a lot of whole fruits, lots of pastas, rice, any grains. People are like, oh, I'm scared of bread, I'm scared of bread. Well, it's not the enemy everybody thinks it is. Look for a good whole wheat bread. I find some that are vegan actually. And they've got plenty of protein, actually more than I like. They've got good carbohydrates, complex if that's what you're into. And as I've said before, somebody says, oh no, that's too much carbs. Well, the brain runs on carbs. Your body runs on carbs. If you do any kind of sport, fitness, exercise, you want to be an active person, point blank, you've got to have carbs. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what the body uses for its primary source of fuel. Yes, you can run it on some fats, I understand that, but it's not its optimum fuel. So anyway, that's the kind of lifestyle I do. I've seen many people, I was thin before I started it, so everybody's like, oh, you've always been thin. That's not an issue. Everybody, I'll get fat if I do that. Well, I've seen plenty of stories. You can look at on the computer, YouTube if you wanted to. Durian Rider, Freely, the Banana Girl, Raw Till 4 Twins, Bananarchy. There's a lot of people on YouTube, probably more than I can even name right now. Happy Healthy Vegan. All these people, and you look at them, and they've all lost weight on this diet, and they've upped their calories. Like I say, I shoot for about 3,000 calories a day, if not more, depending on how much exercise I do that day. But as a base, 3,000 minimum. And I haven't gained a single pound. I've actually lost a little bit of weight doing it. Not that I wanted to, but it's just sort of what happens. Your body gets down to its normal weight it wants to be at. There's no carb restricting, no calorie restricting, unlimited fruits and veggies, all you want. Eat all you want. You won't get fat. Other than that, it's pretty simple. And like I always say in my videos, carbs make us happy. Well, there's a reason. That's the brain's fuel. So anyway, please like, share, subscribe to this channel. Any questions about it, please leave them in the comments below. I'll be more than glad to answer those. And until next time, take it easy.